Love how men are always saying that they want to find a girlfriend and then we give them the space and the opportunity and they don't sign up. So we're having a singles mixer and all the girls' tickets are sold. All of them.
Guys, this is your cue. The women's tickets are sold out. This is your chance.
This is your chance to come and see their entitlement on full display.
Imagine paying for a ticket, though, to go to a speed dating event, and then you leave with no number, no new connection. That would be actually depressing.
Men don't go to these. Men are not coming to these because they already know that y'all are playing games. Why can we sell all these women's tickets but no men's tickets? Because I know you're about to play some games.
So I had a girlfriend recently tell me, I don't know, I just think it's kind of ridiculous that you make content defending men. It gives pick-me vibes. Seriously? Are we really not willing to point out the obvious that men need help too? I've met too many men who are genuinely traumatized from their past. Like so traumatized they can't even show up without expecting the worst. So yeah, here I am, helping men. Mostly by reminding them that we're not all villains. You're welcome.
There is no man that I love more and crave more than a man who prioritizes convenience for me. I don't really care about like bags and luxury and material things. I've had all of that. I've provided that for myself multiple times in my lifetime. But I really do now value a man who makes my life easier, who pays attention to the little things that I need, and a man who really truly believes in my craft. I love a man who invests in my future, who sees things and sees the potential that I can have in whatever it is that I'm investing in right now, and he wants to contribute to that. He wants to facilitate things for me. That's the kind of man that I want. I don't want a man who's gonna provide for me in ways that most women are now talking about, which is all materialistic. I want a man who truly sees my potential and invests in it, all in convenience.
Prioritizing my convenience is crazy. But you know it's going to lead us right back to the question that we always come to. What do you bring to the table? What is it?
What do you do if your partner is amazing? Like he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 or grown. That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
This saying. And you don't feel appreciated. Can't win.
This is at the point that we have to acknowledge people's capacities. Because while you were in your season of being taken care of, he was the one doing the nursing back to health, right? And he could probably still be trying to regain his capacity for himself after spending his year taking care of you. And as you've gotten able to be better and, oh, I feel better now, I want to go on dates, he's trying to process what he just went through. So instead of you saying, how do I get to the space of me feeling appreciated? What have you done to show appreciation to your man for just nursing you back to health?
You said that you're 24 and you're grown, right? I think this is exactly where you showing your age at. I want to offer that you learn the signs of a good man. Because if you don't, you will become an of-age, mature woman that looks back at him and his wife and his family, and you say, I really up.
Before I got into podcasting, I was a registered nurse. And I'm going to tell you, the idea of love that we have in our youth is not real love. That love where that person is incapacitated, can't wipe themselves, but that partner is there every single day hitting that call light, making sure I bring that meal, watching me wipe and say, you know what, you're not doing it right. Let me step in and do it. That idea of love you got exposed to at 24. You live long enough, you will outlive your money and your house in those cars. And sometimes your children, they get their own lives. They move to different places and ain't nobody there to take care of you but that woman you treated right or that man you treated right. And I want you to just think about that right now before you make any kind of decisions, because you got a man that showed you very own that he's willing to do that.
I think it's officially time to start bringing back public shaming.
Hey there. Do you mind if I sit next to you? Great. I guess I haven't properly introduced myself. My name is Bug. What's yours? Sarah. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't sit with normies most of the time. Well, let's just see if we have some things in common. Do you listen to Cave Town? You don't? Maybe you watch Dream? No. What do? You do makeup? That's so cool, me too.
Anybody who told this girl to be herself couldn't have given her any worse advice. Get rid of the inclusivity and the making people feel good about themselves even though they look insane. Let's bring back honesty and telling people, no, stop doing that. That's just not normal.
And this is the stuff that they want us to put up with. This is the type of nonsense that they want us to put up with. You can't make it up. You can't, man. This is foolish.
Dog, why are you guys sending me these videos? Moral of the story, ugly guys, you have a chance. You have a chance.
Bro. Bro.
I just feel like if I'm with someone, I need my needs met. Emotionally, physically, financially, especially financially. I shouldn't even have to think about bills. That's bare minimum to me.
Right.
Rent, utilities, nails, groceries, just the stuff that keeps life moving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if a man can't handle that, he's probably not the one for me.
Yeah.
Can you stop drinking just plain milk? Do you know how gross that is?
What do you mean?
What you gonna do about it?
I never made you feel like you were enough.
Let's have a hand for that truth. That's spectacular. When men, out of their love, choose to try to please you, and then you no longer respect them, it's because you mistook being nice for being powerless, and you're wrong. And there's a day in which a man hits a threshold where he will no longer please. And you will discover in those moments that everything he was offering was a gift, that you took their blessing and you converted it into because of a game you play in your head. And that's the way to guarantee you'll never have lasting love.
Everybody mad that niggas argue more nowadays, but when they did it, you know what they did? They slapped everybody. Anytime you question them, bah! Shut up! Right now! You know what I'm saying? Now they argue because it's either that.
Don't let nobody lie to you. Any female that went from a friend to an enemy was always a frenemy, trying to play close, shine under your light, and reap the benefits of being cool with you, but secretly envious of you. Deep down, they hate you for reminding them of everything that they're not.
I just told a guy at the gym that I thought he was cute. How's that for me cute? I went up, I kind of like stalked him for a while and I saw him like stretching. And I was like, wait, handsome? And then I was like really trying to get a good look at his face. And I was like, everything else was looking good. So then I saw him, he went downstairs. I like scurried behind him. And then I kind of like, I was like, all right, building up the confidence, right? So I like walk up and I had a lot of confidence walking up. I was like, oh, and I was like, hey. He's like, I'm like, sorry to approach you at the gym. I just think you're really handsome. And he was like, thanks. And I was like, so are you single? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so do you want my number? And then he said, sure. The adrenaline right now is crazy. I don't think I've ever really approached a guy, at least not soberly. That was crazy. So I don't know if he's gonna text me, but what do you guys think? I feel good.
Every man watching this right now is going to be in agreement that that woman is a unicorn. And it's not just because she ended up approaching this guy and hitting on him, giving him a compliment. It is very much also because of her positive attitude. She's just a sweetheart. She's excited for life. She's excited for him. This is just something that is becoming all too rare nowadays. And when men witness it, when they see it, it's not just that. It's that they feel it. Like they feel the energy and it just feels good to them. I think with like 99% certainty, as long as that man is not hung up on some other woman, he is going to be messaging this woman. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's why more and more women should be open to doing this.
She's got a really good energy to her. She got a really good energy to her. Very good energy. So, hope it works out, bro.
You have to listen to this.
And we'll keep doing that for other people. What's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it. And so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do. So we don't appreciate them. Wow. You stop saying thank you. We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. And this is where we take so many things personally that aren't personal. Like single focus, we take personally. He's ignoring me. No, he's ignoring everything but what he's doing. And he didn't have to do that. His brain did it for him. But so there's all these things we take personally. And then there's the things we don't take personally. That what they do for us, they do for us.
I love how she breaks down the difference between saying thank you and being thankful. It's a subtle difference, but it's such a big impact. We men don't ask for much. We men don't want you to be perfect. We don't expect gifts. We don't expect you to give us back. We are willing to carry the weight of the world as long as we are feeling appreciated. And a woman who knows the difference, she deserves the world.
A woman's honor is in her body count. That's why they lie about how many bodies they got. Now, you see, only a bop would try to make me or other men feel insecure for caring about a body count. And you see, only simps, this is just my opinion, only simps would think that, well, like, you can't really get mad, bro, that was before she met me. Like, that nigga right there is just cucking out because he dealing with a fine female or something. He don't care if that girl been ran through. He just happy that he getting his at the moment. But if you ask me, now call it insecure, but yes, like, I'm highly offended that of the thought of you was getting cracked before you met me. Like, that's crazy. But you see, a man is demonized for saying that he wants a virgin. Like, and I get it. We live in Babylon. Somebody's been with your girl before y'all met, bro. But I mean, just the thought of a female having multiple sex partners. Like, she got, like, honestly, bro, if she got more than 2 or 3, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's wild. But, like, I know that's not reality, but that's just crazy. Like, you was getting blamed by a couple dudes, by a lot of dudes before you met me. That's wild, bro.
Well, they really don't care about it. They don't care about that, but they know that you care about it. And so what they try to do is hide it from you, because for a lot of these modern women, they're looking for a meal ticket. So if you disapprove of that, then they're like, oh, shoot, I'm done.
You mentioned that men get custody when they ask for it, and that presumes that women don't have to ask for it. Why doesn't it begin equal and men not having to ask for custody if they are actually full parents, just
Sure.
like the mom?
Sure, that's a great question. I think it's really important that we have a conversation that our laws are written by men. Our courts are ruled by men. So if you have some concern about what a court presumes, well, that's a conversation to have with men too.
So everybody put your hands in the air. It's an all-night party that we're getting.
having a child is becoming an unpaid Uber driver for someone who doesn't want to go to karate and hates you anyway. And it's hard, hard work.
That is a narrative that I'm going to push back on, which is part of the problem, which is that it's the narrative of misery, which has been promoted. And it's not miserable to have children. It's joyful. It's the most incredible love you'll ever experience in your life, but it's also really hard. And I think we have a bunch of pussies, actually. We are producing women and men who are pussies, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. They cannot deal with discomfort. They cannot deal with frustration. They cannot deal with sacrifice or hardship or responsibility. They want it to be easy. Who said raising children was easy? You don't get the good stuff unless you put in the work. And it's the same if you're out in the world. Of course it's easier to go to a job than it is to stay home with a child, because a child demands more of you, but it also gives back more.
Yeah, it's true that it's really, really hard work. And I think that our culture is so used to everything being sterile, everything being neat. If your child is noisy, give them an iPad. And
children are just a good and service, and they should just love you unconditionally and make you feel really amazing and be your cheerleader. And anything more than that, why would I have one?
Which is completely strange, because work is hard. Working out, going to the gym, that's hard.
Yeah, raising a human being, expect it to be hard. But she's right, it's so glorious, it's so amazing. The book of Proverbs says you don't get the glory of having amazing children who honor you and who you get to do amazing things with unless you put in the hard work of discipline, teaching, and loving. And if you have the right mindset, all those hardships are joyful.
Yeah, work hard, guys.
And you know, kids might not be for everybody, but I think the point here is that modern women, modern culture has demonized everything that's traditional. They've demonized everything that used to be. I mean, sure, there's a lot of things that need to change, but modern women have no appreciation for anything while simultaneously messing up everything.
Women now saying I'm profiting off men's pain is absolutely diabolical. I recently got a comment. It was way too long, so we're going to summarize it up real quick off of Facebook. It was basically saying, I am exploiting bitter and for money. Sorry, I'm sitting at the gym. Intentionally creating division between men and women. And that instead of calling women out, I should focus on helping couples communicate and stay together. So let me clarify something for you real quick so you can understand. We're going to break this down Barney style, okay? Because apparently I don't do that enough on my page for women like this. Holding a woman accountable is not hating women, okay? I don't have any problem with women. I'm a woman. Listening to men is not a manipulation. It's balance. I'm able to hear both sides. Accountability and communication are not opposites. You cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Calling out unhealthy behavior isn't creating division. Ignoring it is. You following with me? I don't teach men to hate women. That is not my intention. We are not hating on each other. I love everybody. I teach both sides to look at themselves honestly. If intimacy disappears, communication shuts down, and accountability never happens. The relationship suffers. That's not an attack. That is reality. I mean, you can believe in communication and still talk about where things break down. You can empower women without pretending we're never wrong. And no, listening to me doesn't make me a pick-me. It makes me someone who is willing to hear both sides. If accountability feels like hate to you, that says more about your comfort level than my message. I can't make this shit up. If a man communicates to his spouse about not getting intimacy or bedroom activities anymore, and she constantly shuts it down, that is not communication. It is a one-sided relationship, and I'm pointing that out. I hope this helps you.
Every time you're losing years off your life.
Wow.
And so for the tantrics, years off their life.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't
repeating themselves because you don't get it yet. You cannot heal what you don't feel. You cannot repair what you don't understand. Some of you fellas are getting impatient. Sean, how long I got to do this? Until you get it. Until she feels that you get it. Until she feels, okay, he finally got it. Told me last week, told me last month, last November, we was here. Same week, last week we was here. You ain't got to keep repeating it. Yes, she does. Until you know how to validate it. When does validation stop? It may not ever stop. She may bring it up 10 years from now. And if your response is, we got through that 10 years ago, you miss the pain. Versus, you know what? Yeah, 10 years ago I hurt you, and I still want to acknowledge 10 years later, I caused that hurt.
Yeah, but I'm a coach. I got to disagree. Because if you're still bringing it up 10 years, then you haven't healed from it. At some point in time, she has to get through it. She has to get over it. She has to stop talking about it. And at that point, you have to make a decision. If I can't get over it, then I got to leave the man. If I can't get through it, I got to leave the man. But what you're doing is, and what a lot of these modern women will do is they'll use it as a trump card. Oh, well, you remember when you did that? Yeah, I did, and I've been paying for it ever since. Yeah, I've been trying to do everything. You got everything from me, everything that you need to feel comfortable. And when you say, well, it's until I feel, once again, and it goes to the point of her being 10 years down the road, still bringing up the same thing. If she's, well, I feel like he's got it now. Yeah, and that's a problem, isn't it? Because your meter never quits running. Your meter is always going. And so a man is like, when do I catch a break? I've been trying to do everything. I mean, number one. Number two, she's done some stuff that's been out of pocket to me. And I've talked to her about it, and she won't change. She won't do what I need. When am I supposed to talk about that? Oh, you don't bring up your problems. Well, that's what I'm saying. When is it my turn to say, well, while we're working on what we got going on here with me, why can't we work on what we got going on with you? She don't want to hear that.
Fellas, listen up. It is offensive when a woman who's successful and has her own comes across a man who says, I like you because you're a hardworking woman. Because when a man says it, he's talking about her finances. It's equivalent to a woman saying, I like you because you have money. I only speak to men that have money. It's no different than a man saying, I only want to talk to a hardworking woman because you are talking about her finances. Tell me that I'm wrong. And that's the reason why it cringes us women who are hardworking when a man tells us, I'm attracted to you because you're hardworking. Can you be attracted to me because it's something else? Can you refrain from telling me that you're attracted to me because I'm a hardworking woman? That's like me telling you I'm attracted to you because you got money. You ain't gonna like that.
No. Like a man here says, I'm not sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. I can say when some men say that, mostly it's your drive. Thank you. Your dedication, your sacrifice, and just a recognition of your hard work. Success shouldn't be measured by your bank account. It should be measured by your effort. Maybe some just recognize and appreciate your hustle. Maybe you're an inspiration because we understand how much you had to overcome to get where you are and where you want to go. It's the same concept of if you put on makeup and a woman recognizes it as, oh, okay, girl, pop off. Right? Yeah, I like your look. They're recognizing the effort that you put in order to get what you've gotten. That's what a man is saying about your job. That's what a man is saying about a woman that works hard. Oh, I see you dedicated. Okay, I can work with that. All right. If I'm working hard, she's working hard too. Let's get it.
I am a single mom, and I have come to the conclusion that I'll never get married. Let me preface this by saying that I am not anti-marriage. I think that you should make whatever decision for yourself and your life that you want. I'm just saying where I am and why I don't think that marriage is beneficial to me. In my mind and by my own experiences and calculations, the cons severely outweigh the pros when it comes to marriage as the woman and as the wife in a traditional marriage. The way that I see it, I would be losing out in every single aspect if I were to get married. The expectations for the domestic work, the emotional labor, the mental load would all fall on me. And I know what you guys are going to say. Some men really do their part. Some men really da-da-da-da. Okay, that's fine. I feel like that's more the exception than the rule. And I'm not going to base me spending the rest of my life with somebody off of the few good apples there are amongst the pool of toxic men. When I think about what my ideal life looks like, it's literally the life that I'm living now as a single woman. My house is the way that I want it to be. I decorated the way that I want it to be. There's no mess that I didn't make in the house aside from my 5-year-old, but he's a 5-year-old, so I don't mind cleaning up his mess. He's a kid. I don't want to clean up after a grown man. I don't want somebody in my face every day asking me what's for dinner. I don't want the expectation that you're going to be folding me like a pretzel every night. I don't want to feel the responsibility of having a partner who has high expectations, but is not contributing an equal amount.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
The fastest way to lose a good man isn't cheating.
Yeah.
It's becoming his biggest source of stress instead of his peace. Men don't leave because someone prettier came along. They leave because home became harder than the world. When a man is dealing with work pressure, financial stress, the weight of providing, he needs one place to breathe. That place should be you, but modern women forgot this. They compete with their man instead of complimenting him. They challenge every decision, question his leadership, turn conversations into debates. That's not partnership, that's exhausting. They compete with their man instead of complimenting him. They challenge every decision. A man doesn't need you to be his therapist or his mother. He needs you to be his woman. Soft where the world is hard, warm where everything else is cold. Loyal when everyone else is conditional. When a woman makes home undefeated. When she feeds him, desires him, chooses him daily. A man doesn't even see other women, not because he can't, but because nothing out there competes with what he has at home. Loyalty isn't a promise, it's a reality you create. If your man is distant, ask yourself, am I adding to his peace or his problems? Make home his sanctuary or watch him find peace somewhere else.
This is your yearly reminder that women go through menstrual cycles, pregnancies, postpartum, breastfeeding, PMDD, ovulation, perimenopause, menopause, and men just live their lives. Sometimes I forget, and then I remember and I'm like, holy cow, lucky me.
If women landed on the moon.
Houston,
If
we have a
anybody
problem.
landed on the moon.
What's the problem? Nothing.
No, seriously, what's the problem?
Nothing. It's whatever. You don't care anyway.
What if she's not the problem? What if she's not the problem? What if she is a tool that you ain't learned how to use yet? What if like the dragons that's in House of Dragons, you know, like the offshoot from Game of Thrones? What if she only submits her power to the one man that's strong enough to be able to handle her? Y'all better let me cook. Another question is, what if the only barrier to you experiencing a different wife is that you have not yet become the kind of man that can command that version of her? Not demand, but that can command that version of her. Again, are you in the Ford F-250 sitting in the passenger seat complaining about a vehicle that ain't going nowhere, but you complaining from the passenger seat?
Nice one. Listen, it's a good question, but this is a question that is easily answered. Why is it that the only man that can command this version of her is a man that's 6 foot, makes 6 figures, and has a 6-pack? Why is it not a 5'9" intellectual professor who's working towards tenure at an esteemed university? Why is it not him? Maybe he's making $87,333 a year, but they respect him on campus. The kids love him. The kids love him. They, Mr. Barry, he's the best. Professor Barry, he's the best, man. You took Mr. Barry, you took Professor Barry's class? Wow. Maybe he's a community coach, right? He's known in the community. Hey, coach, what's going on? Why is it never him that can command? He can command a team of, whether it be freshman, junior, sophomore, varsity. Some of those boys are grown, and he's been able to command them. How come he can't command you? Let's go to college level, right? Where maybe he's D3 or D2, but he doesn't make a whole lot of money, and he's grinding all day. How come he can't command your respect? How come, once again, it's only the man that's high-powered, that's on the level of Jeff Bezos, that can command your respect? Maybe I'm the problem, and maybe I need to level up. Maybe I need to learn how to use the tool. And to learn how to use the tool, you need a little bit of money. That's how you use it. You put money into it, and now it unlocks and does whatever you tell it to do. But if I put money into it, it better do what I tell it to do. And you don't like that, do you? See, you could have made this point if she had picked a professor, pastor, plumber, somebody who's good at his craft. He excels. He's not a bum. He's not lazy. He's up at the crack of dawn working and doing all of the things that you want him to do. But you didn't. You didn't, did you? You decided on, and I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying the problem with this argument is, and it's very quickly done, by the way. I didn't even have to think of this. It's always a certain type of man, even though they say it's not. It's always a certain type of man that can command, that can put them in their feminine. I wonder that. I want that question answered.
Are no longer obsessed with women anymore. Do y'all feel that way?
100%.
Why do you think that is?
The reason they not obsessed is because social media and there's no mystery. I feel like a lot of things that we as women as a whole that we say that maybe sometimes is just something that we're just putting on social media. It was just a joke. I feel like guys really be turned off by those things. Like they really judging you by the things you put up. Also, like just feeling like it's this pressure of feeling like they gotta take care of you. I wouldn't want to be obsessed with nobody if I feel like as soon as I walk to them, they're gonna be like, my light bill is due.
Men aren't obsessed with women anymore. And it's because modern culture has turned women into something that men by nature are not attracted to. What men get from women today is not worth all you have to go through to get it. The sex isn't worth having to hear her praise herself. It's not worth having to listen to all of the begging and the trying to get something, right? It's not worth having to be around the foul mouth and masculine bad bitch energy. The nut is simply not worth all that you have to do to get it. Turbulence, people.
What do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. And that's what I wrote my book for. I wrote my book for the average looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy, gets his head kicked in.
So no more Mr. Nice Guy.
You can be pleasant. You see, we got to define our terms. By nice, I mean accommodating. When you accommodate, you get what the commode gets. You get the crapola. You have to learn how to say no to a woman.
That's why I never understood that whole thing about I can't find a good man. I can't stand that. There's good men everywhere. Look at them. Tons of good guys. Right? Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Good guy. A little creepy. Good guy. Good guy. Good guy. When you hear single women saying I can't find a good man, you're not finding them. You're not discovering them with a telescope to see where they're at. No, you're sorting through them. There's a difference. Yeah, because you have your choice. You are the one in power. You can be like, no, too stupid, too ugly, too hairy, next. We can't do that as guys. We can't be like, no, too crazy. Too crazy. That comes standard in all of them? Okay. I like doing that joke because there's two type of women in the room right now. The ones that laughed at that joke, kiss them. Those are beautiful women. They know how to take a joke. They know I didn't say that personally to them. Then there's the ones that are staring at me like this. Because she thinks I'm talking about her. And I am.
Pissing off unaccountable women one day at a time. Here we go, Mandy. You told me to go watch a video. I understood the assignment, and this is the video.
Spiritually, emotionally, and financially abusive man. That's them submitting to the devil. It's not in a woman's nature to submit to weakness. Weakness is a low vibration. A low vibration
I agree.
Of the devil. And now these brothers are in their feelings trying to figure out why they women not submitting to him, because you have the vibration of the devil. You have the lowest frequency known to man. That's why you get chaos in your home.
I agree. I agree. What he's saying is, if you as the female or a male are the lazy one in the relationship and you're not taking lead, you're not providing the way you should be providing as a man, and you're not stepping up the way that she needs you in the relationship, I agree with all of that. What you're not comprehending and what you're missing is the fact that women have good men, just like he's the opposite of what he's explaining. They have good men showing up, doing all this shit, completely catering to her needs, her feelings, her. The minute that man starts to say anything about, hey, what about my needs? We're not getting, like, I need my needs met as well. He is turned off in the bedroom from all activities. He is no longer receiving intimacy from the woman. Okay, are you following? So these are good men busting their ass, providing for their families, doing all of the things that they're supposed to be doing within the relationship, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough. That is what I'm talking about. The men that get with these women that pull an Uno reverse card, the minute they lock it down, because they're just there for stability and to have their bills paid and or all of their bills paid. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 80-20. We don't know. But most men on a larger scale of things make more money than most women. It's just facts. Go look it up. Okay? So that is what I'm talking about. Good men who constantly show up for their family, constantly do the things that they need to be doing for their wives. And at the end of the day, she's not giving him intimacy. She's turning him off in the bedroom. She's no longer wanting that connection with him within the relationship. And then when he brings it up, she shuts it down. That is masculinity in the relationship on the female side, not the male side. When he's trying to lead her and she's not having it, that is absolutely a female problem, not a male problem. Hopefully this time I broke it down enough, Barney style, for you to understand.
That does not work for my husband. No. My husband is like, I apologize. And this is actually true. He said, I apologize is not an apology. I'm sorry is an apology. He said, would you rather me say, you know, love, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. Or would you want me to say, I apologize, babe, you know my heart? I was like, okay, I get it. You want me to, I would rather the first one. He was like, I need you to not only just show me that you're sorry, but understand what you're sorry for.
Yeah, I got you right there. Do not go back and rewatch the video. I'm going to ask you a question. What color was the yoga mat? It just goes to show you how easily niggas get distracted. We see some ass, a beautiful female. We don't know what the fuck going on. We could be stepping in fucking lava and we wouldn't even notice.
I truly believe that the biggest mistake you can make in life is having a baby with the wrong person. That is a ultimate life sentence. Yeah, you free, but nah, you locked up. Really, the baby. Love for the baby, correct? It's the person you had the baby with. Some of these people are designed to make your life a living hell, male and female. You going through court all the fucking time. I be in court every fucking other year, I feel like. You're in court all the time. You hiring this attorney, you hiring this person, you gotta talk to this person. You don't ever have peace. Oh, I don't want you to do this. Oh, my baby this. Oh, my baby that. Fuck. You could call because you rushed. It's the price you gotta pay. You rushed. Do not make this mistake. That's worse than a check. You have kids with people you don't know. Little bro, do not do this. It's the worst thing you can do. You can go pick the wrong job. You can go get married and get divorced. But when you have a baby with the wrong person, your life will be a living hell for the duration, not just 18 years. No, that's just where the legal shit stops. It keeps going. Trust me. Having a baby with the wrong person, worst mistake you can ever make. Slow down. Get to know this person. Go on a couple dates. If it doesn't work, leave, bounce. Thank God. Use protection. Fuck. I tell you this shit. Well, I'm telling you this. You know it by now. You have a baby with a baby stuck in my foot. Now you probably stuck with a deadbeat who don't do nothing for the baby, or you stuck with a crazy ass baby mama who gonna. This is all be avoided if you slow the fuck down. Hold on down. You want to finish everybody. God damn, man, chill. You want to fast? Stop. Slow it down. This is a life sentence. This is a true life sentence. Slow down. Stop having kids with everybody, man.
In order for men to have a right, it comes with a corresponding responsibility. Women are afforded a privileged place in society because you don't have any duties.
What's the man duty thing again?
They don't really...
Forced military conscription.
So it's just like if they need the men, they have to go.
Yes, the government can force men to go to war.
Yeah.
The government can't force women to go to war. There's not a law for it. For example, in Ukraine, well, we got 2 Russian women here. You see complete barbarism in Ukraine where you have military police abducting men. You think what ICE is doing is f***ed up? Ukrainian military police abduct men in the street and then force them into the military. All the men in Ukraine, when the Ukraine war broke out, had to stay in the country. If you're a woman, okay. So what you had happen when war broke out is, well, pretty much any age Ukrainian woman, they went to London, they went to Sweden, they went to Stockholm, they went to Oslo, they went to Miami. They're in the club, they're having their hot girl summer, they're and Ukrainian men are dying. So you want to talk about privilege, you want to, women are so oppressed. Nah, actually.
Ladies, if you're used to dating a guy that makes 7 figures, you're not going to get the same financial results out of a guy that makes under 6 figures. Got to be realistic. Therefore, when you hop into someone's life that is not making 7 figures and you expect him to pay all your bills and you guys trip everywhere, or you're just rotten, you're spoiled, because chances on your 7-figure man did do that for you because he can do it. But if you're looking for that for the guy that makes under 6 figures, my advice is motivate him. Motivate him to conquer more so he could become that 7-figure man. Don't just come into his life and be like, hey, my last man, he did this, he did that. Because at this point, it's just like, well, why don't you just be with that last man? Since he did so much. Coming into my life knowing I make under 6 figures, I can't do that. I can't pay all them bills.
The reality is that men only respect women we're afraid of. If we're not afraid of us, you don't have a chance. I don't mean afraid like in a physical threat type of way. I mean afraid of disappointing her. Afraid of being like the men in her past. Afraid of damaging her confidence. Afraid of having her look at us as something less than a man. Like that type of fear when it comes to our woman is what motivates a man to be the best version of himself. But if that fear is not there, then he doesn't have incentive. If he doesn't fear that if I'm not doing my job, she's gonna get up and walk out that door on me one day. If that's not a real fear for him, then he'll never respect her. You know, it's a lot of men out here with women who will let them do whatever they want, and he doesn't respect her. But when you get with a woman who real strict in terms of her program, and in terms of her morals and standards and boundaries, and she willing to really stand on them, that's going to force you to do one or two things, right? You're going to either fold or you're going to step up and rise to the bar. And, you know, that's what sparks the best version of a man. There got to be a healthy fear there. If we don't fear her, we'll never respect her.
I think it's a really raw deal for men that we are going to hold men to this masculine standard while we hold women to absolutely no standard whatsoever. It's 100% okay for even feminist or 50-50 equality women to say men should. But it's clearly, whoa, the moment you say women should, now we're getting into sexism. Now we're getting into misogyny. But women, even equality feminist women, men should pay for dates. Men should be chivalrous. Men should protect me. Men's roles are static. Men have to, up front, be trad. But women get to reserve that shit until marriage. And even then, a lot of these married chicks, the married liberal chicks, they ain't doing that shit. I don't think it's going to go over very well, especially with more traditional leaning women. If men started to say, I'm not going to protect you, I'm not going to provide, I'm not going to pay for dates, I'm not going to even be masculine until we're married. That's not going to fly with women. But women can say, I'm not going to be submissive, we're going to be 50-50, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, you just want a mom. Maybe in marriage you'll get that, and it's still negotiable.
When you bring these statistics, you do get a lot of rebuttal from women in particular. Why is it that they have such a response to these if they are true facts?
Because the research we're using is really shit. I'm constantly seeing the headlines everywhere, and it said 1 in 3 men in Australia admit to perpetrating intimate partner violence. That was the headline. No one goes any further than the headline. If you actually read the study and what they consider to be intimate partner violence, the biggest one was, have you made your partner feel anxious or frightened one time? And I think everyone has. Have you ever made your partner feel anxious, James?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think anyone could say no to that, including myself. So that's the research that currently exists, and that's what they consider intimate partner violence.
I would never fall in love, came into life.
You better be a really high value woman to play that game.
I've decided that I don't do the whole boyfriend, girlfriend thing anymore. To me, that language, guys, it feels a bit high school. I'm not interested in being anyone's girlfriend. What I'm interested in is being a wife. And for me, it doesn't make sense to give someone exclusive access to me unless there is a formal, tangible commitment, as in I am engaged or married.
She wants to force you to commit, right? I get the sense that maybe this one had a guy who didn't want to commit. And the way that sometimes women will try to force you to commit, like force you to do things, is to say, well, I'm not going to be exclusive until I have a ring on it. So I'm just out. I'm not going to be your girlfriend. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of that. I'm going to be out on the prowl, and I can be taken by any guy. I'm still available. So until you put a ring on it, I'm not yours, and I could be taken away from you.